give coordinates. A coordinate plane is a graph that shows the distance from the same starting point. The x-axis is the horizontal number line. The y-axis is the vertical number line. Origin is where the x-axis and the y-axis meet. It has the coordinates of 0, 0. Coordinate point always gives the x-axis number first and the y-axis number second. And it looks like something like this when you write it out. So let's look at an example. Lucy conducted a developmental screening test for 4 children. The attached graph compares the children's results for cognitive and speech function. The y-axis represents the cognitive score, and the y-axis represents the speech scores. What are the coordinates for each of the developmental screening tests for each child? So, to do this, let's look at A first. So, child A, when we look at this coordinate plane, we start at the origin, which is right here in the middle. And we notice that A, by the horizontal line, which is the vertical, this is vertical, and horizontal is like this, right? So we're going to look at the horizontal first because that's the x-axis first, and that's the number we get first. So we go and look at the x-axis and notice that there's a 4. So that 4 is what we write down because we have to move over 4 spots on the x-axis to get to A, which is right there. Now we look at the y-axis. Now, this we can see is we have to go up 5 places from the origin, because we always start at the origin, we go up, and we go 5 spots. So we'll just write down 4, 5 for our coordinate for child A. Now for child B, we notice that when we look at the x-axis, we're actually at 5. So, in order to get to child B where it's at, we would put 5 right there. Now we look at the y-axis, and we notice from the origin, we have to go up 2 spots in order to get to B. So we would write 2. Now, both sets of these numbers are all positive. So this means that neither of these children have any developmental delays. So now let's look at C, which is right there. So we start at the origin and we go to the right on the x-axis, which is 2 spots. So we would write 2 for the x-axis. Now we look at the y, and we notice we go up 1. So we would write 1 right there. So it's 2, 1 as the coordinate for child C, who also does not have any developmental delays. Now, child D, which is on its own little below the x-axis, as we can see, is that when we move over from the origin over to D, it's 4 spots. So we would write the 4 for the x. But, however, when we look at D, we notice that we're going down from the origin. We go down 4 spots because it has -4. So we would actually include that negative sign there for the y to indicate this. So this child having a negative number would show that it has a delay in speech. So these are the coordinates for each of the children. And remember, when giving coordinates, it is important to identify the origin first, Then the line that moves from right to the left is the x-axis, and the line that moves up and down is the y-axis. When writing the coordinate, always write the x value down first before writing down the y value, and the number and the coordinate should always be separated by a comma.